Okay, this is for the family reunion, and the questions are covering your background. Where were you born?
Strong City, Kansas.
What were your brothers' names?
Lloyd Moore. You want the middle name?
You can just say their names.
Okay. Alfred Moore. Willard Moore. Morris Moore.
So how many was it?
Four
Four
boys.
Okay. Were there any special birth stories when you were born that you remember?
They say I was a hard birth for mother. I wasn't supposed to be here. Wasn't supposed to live. But I lived.
What number were you? Were you the oldest?
I'm the fourth. I'm
you're
the youngest.
Oh, you're the baby boy.
I'm the baby boy.
What do you remember anything about your grandparents or great grandparents?
Grandpa on my mother's side had a pig leg from a blast in a rock quarry. They blasted. Rock was slow coming down his leg. They had to cut his leg. He had whatever they call it, stump for a leg.
Okay.
That's Grandpa Morris, my mother's father.
Do you know how your parents met?
No, I have no idea.
What kind of work did your parents do?
What your dad do?
Did your dad do?
He did farm work mostly.
Okay. Did you remember what kind of work your mom did?
I think she took in laundry once or twice, or from certain people or something.
Do you remember what your parents' brothers and sisters, anything about them or their names, your mom's brothers or your dad's brothers or sisters?
Oh, and mother's brother was he was a big mason here in Wichita.
Uncle Lloyd.
Uncle Lloyd Morris.
He was a mason?
Yeah, in the lodge.
Okay.
And that's all I know about any of them.
Aunt Lois, what side was she on?
That's that side. That's the Moore side.
You remember anything about Aunt Lois or Lantha?
Iantha?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about Iantha, but Aunt Lois, we used to go down there pretty often. She had a large family. I think Aunt Lois had 12 kids or something like that. And after Mother passed, we went down there a lot for Sunday dinner in Emporia. That's about all I know
Okay.
about that. She was good, nice lady.
As a child, did you have any responsibilities at home? Any dogs or pets?
We always had dogs, but no, yeah, we had dogs.
What about your special pet pig?
We had pigs.
Did you have a pet named Oink?
Yep, he was, yes.
What?
He'd run loose and he could open the screen door and come on in the house.
Was he big?
After he grew up, we broke it up.
Oh.
But I don't know why we had this. I think that Sal lost their whole litter but this one. And we brought him in the house and raised him. So he was raised in the house. And we named him Point.
Can you tell us about some of your favorite pastimes?
Favorite pastime
Or some of the games you played as a child?
was basketball. on the basketball team at Strong City. I played with the black team in Newton, Kansas. That's about it.
Can you tell about your football experience and leaving your shirt?
Before high school, junior high, we didn't have uniforms.
Hmm.
And I was in the backfield, and they gave me the ball. And the boy grabbed at me, he just caught my shirt. And I did a turn and left him holding my shirt and went on and made the touchdown.
Wow.
And
What do you remember about the houses that you grew up in?
Okay. How do I say this?
Did you have a house that burned down?
We had 2 houses to burn. And that was about it. Oh, we lived in the north end of town where the city water didn't come up that far. And both houses burned to the ground.
Describe the community where you grew up.
And Strong City, population of 1,000, about 6 black families. That was it.
Would you name some of the special homemade foods you enjoyed as a child?
I'm kind of picky as a child.
As we heard, your Aunt Lois was a very good cook.
Very good cook, yes. We used to go over there when Dad had a car. We used to go over there for Sunday dinner a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And she would take us in.
she lived in.
She lived in Emporia.
She lived in Emporia, yeah, in Lois.
What kind of music did you enjoy?
Oh, what else but the jitterbug? Dance music.
What kind of clothing did you wear as a child?
Overalls.
Overalls?
Overalls to school. Yes.
Did your family attend church, and where did they attend church?
Strong City, we had one building church. We had Sunday school when Mother and Miss Rogers were living. Once in a while, we'd get in what they call it, itinerant minister, because he'd always come to our house and eat, and we'd have to wait till he got through. That was it.
Your first car. What make and model was it?
Our first car, Chevrolet, wasn't it, Mom?
1948 Chevy?
Was that what it was? Probably.
When did you move to Wichita? And why did you decide to move to Wichita?
You can answer that better than I can, Billy.
1946.
1946, after we were married, we moved. You had a job here, didn't you? That's why we lived here after marriage. Okay. I don't know how you gonna word that. But if she had a job here and we got married,
When you got married,
I also had a job here. That was so. We were both married when we got married.
where did you first move to when you first got married?
You want to mention the Hogan's house? What's her address?
I don't know, but it's not there now. But we lived in Mrs. Hogan's apartment.
On Washington Street on the railroad track. So he would get right by that house and blow his whistle.
And you have lived here in Wichita for 65 years, correct? What has changed in the neighborhood since you have lived here? What are some of the things that you have seen change in the neighborhood since you've been here 65 years?
From the house to Indiana to Green.
Well, in our neighborhood when we lived on Indiana Street were all black people. When we moved to Green, there were several white families, but they later moved. But as far as the city is concerned, I think housing has opened up much more than it was at that time.
What's the name of your church you attend now?
St. Paul AME.
How long have you been a member there?